Please subscribe, and PayPal keeps us on the air. Barry Bussey joins me today. He is a lawyer. He's an author. Here's the book, 210 Celsius. It's about the truckers, and we know now the federal court saying the federal government made a mistake in invoking Emergencies Act. Aside from this very airbrushed picture of you on the back cover, we hardly recognize you. You talk about what the impact of this was for Canada. But and that's about protest, and now they've been legitimized. It was okay protest, even though it was distasteful to some. But you also talk about, and you call it the cathedral elites. And you talk about, this Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto axis of people. And tell us about that in your book, because it sounds like this little group is alienating much of Canada.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, we see it every day. And when I used that term cathedral, I was trying to figure out, okay, exactly what kind of a term could I use? I was thinking of the chattering classes was one that's been used in the past by others and so on. And I came across this term, the cathedral, out of a political op-ed piece or something that I saw in the States, and I thought, man, okay, well that is, kind of gives the idea. In other words, it's a large group, and they're not necessarily all working like, someone's controlling them or anything like that, but there is this idea that there's only one right opinion, there's only one right group, there's only one right view on a host of issues, whether it's social, political, economic, you name it, it's there. And we see it being repeated over and over in the mainstream media, we see it in the academia, we see it in a lot of areas. And in many ways, what I suggest in the book is that Trudeau represents a spokesperson to this idea, a grouping of intellectuals, people who are of the view that they are right, they've got it, and so therefore we want all of the institutions of the country to make sure that it's keeping the line, and that the average person down on the street, you're basically a serf. We want you to make sure you have the right opinion.
So they want everybody to be in lockstep with them.
Absolutely.
Which is why we have so many parts of the country which are upset. And people are saying, well, you know what? DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, that's not for us. Good words.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way the woke government is going is really what you're talking about, and how things have to change in Canada.
And the truckers itself was that, like, in your grill, this is enough. We've had it.
Some people, and I've argued this with many people, they say, well, it's all about vaccines. And I said, no, it was dissatisfaction with the way Canada's going.
Absolutely. And I mean, when you were up, like I was there for 2 weekends, and there was all kinds of people who were vaccinated, and they said, look, I am here to say, enough, Trudeau, we don't want it.
Couldn't be better spoken. Barry, thank you very much. There's the book. 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government. And as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government. But people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.